Good day, class. We want to thank you for being there for us, viewing all our classes. Today, in our class, we are going to do a configuration of a router that will help us to access a network. Okay, in case there is a server or a website that's needed to be accessed, the router will help us to do that. And as you can see on our screen, we are going to use a router board of a MikroTik router board 951 UI. So this router, as you can see here, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ports. But during our configuration, we are going to use port 2 as our terminal to do configuration. Okay, here we have our RJ45 cable and a straight cable that we are going to use for the configuration. This is the power. This is a 24 volts DC power we are going to use to power this router. Okay, if you look at this now, here, this is the power. This is the power. You plug it on, the lights of the power will come on, and then the next thing is to put one terminal of the RJ45 on port 2. On port 2, we're going to put it here. Put it like this. Okay? And then you allow the router to boot. You allow the router to boot. It will take some little moment to boot completely. It will take little time for it to boot completely, and then when it boots, we can then start the configuration. Okay, by now it should be up. By now it should be up. Okay, we are now going to take the second terminal. This is the second terminal of the RJ45, and we are going to plug it on our system. In our system, this is it. Once you plug it, the light will come up. Okay, we are going to go back. See the light, it will come up. This is the light. This is the light. Yes, it's up. Okay, you can see it is blinking. Okay, and then we are going to come to the router. We're going to come to the router. As you can see, the port 2 has picked up. Okay, it has picked up, so it is connected. Now we are going to go to our system that we are going to use. The system we are going to use is Windows 7 operating system with a theme of Apple Touch. Okay, we are going to first of all make sure that the IP address is on automatic. So you must make the IP address on automatic. Okay, we right click here on the icon and go to open network and sharing. We go to change adapter settings, and then we'll get to the local area network. We'll right click and click properties, and then say yes. It will bring a dialog box of local area network connection properties, and then IP TCP version 4. This is it. Okay, we are going to change this to automatic IP, and then we click OK. Click OK. Okay, let's check again. Let's check again whether it is in order. Yes, it is okay. Okay, and then we can close. Now we are going to use a Winbox, a software called Winbox, to do the configuration. First of all, we have to enter the router, and for us to enter the router, we must use Winbox. This is our Winbox. This is our Winbox. Or you can, if you know the IP of the router, you can use your browser. But because this is the first time it is being configured, we are going to use Winbox. So we click on the Winbox and to open on this connect to, click a drop down, you see the IP of the router. This is Mikrotik RB951UI. So okay, this is the IP of the router, default IP. So you can use this to enter in your browser if you want to enter it through browser. Then for the first time, we are going to use MAC address. You click on MAC address, is admin, and then we'll try to connect. There is no password yet. Try to connect. Okay, it will take us to the router. As you can see now, it has connected. Okay, it has connected. Okay, let's go it again. Let's do it again. We can close back and go to our router. Just for your understanding, clear understanding, we click on this, open and check the router. We select the MAC address, and then there's no password yet. We click connect. Okay, come down here, it is connected. Now first, if there is a configuration on the route already, you have to first of all remove the configuration, but this is the first time it is being configured, so you just say you can try if you want to remove it. If you don't want, you can leave it. So you can say remove all the configuration. So it's clean now. It is clean now. Okay, we go through all this, but first of all we have to check the system option. As you can see here, click on it, a drop down. We go through this, and then we change the identity of this router so that it can be detected by anyone on the network, be it wireless or LAN, and can be seen by anyone that wants to connect to it. Okay, we are going to change the identity. Is Mikrotik, that is the default. Okay, we are going to change it to Trojan horse virus. This is to allow hackers not to have access to this router, and then we'll click apply, and then we'll click OK. Now the name of the router is changed. Then we can also go to system again, and then we change the password. because it doesn't have password before, so we are going to change it so that people cannot just log into the router just like that. Okay, the old password, there is nothing there, so we are going to choose a password. We're going to choose a password, and that's it. Okay, we'll change the password. Okay, it has been changed. Okay, come up here, you see the name that has been changed to Trojan horse virus. So this now becomes the name of this router. So we are going to close it again and then see whether we can log on with a password. Okay, we are going to open the Winbox to check if we can log in with the password. We also check the connection. We take MAC address, admin login, then we put the password that we have changed, and then we connect. Okay, we are there. So no one can tamper with this router without having the name and also the password. As you can see up here, this is the name, Trojan horse virus, and then the password that we have changed. Okay, the next thing to do now is to go to IP option. We click, you will see other options. First, we have to address the ports. First of all, pick addresses, then the dialog box of address list will come out. We click this plus means add. We add address. So we are going to add address. First address, we are going to add 192.168.10.10/24. that is the /IP of 24, and then the network is going to be 192.168.10.0. okay, this is going to ETA 1, that is port 1. This is going to be port 1. Okay, we can add a comment and say this is 1 wide area network, where we are going to get our internet source. Okay, we click OK. So we click apply. So we can see that the name is this and then the network is this. So we click OK, and then we'll add the second one. The second one that is going to be our LAN is going to be 10.10.0.1/24. Our network is going to be 10.10.0.0. This is going to ETA 2, that is our port 2. We can add a comment and say that this is LAN, local area network. So this local area network is actually going to be bridged together with our wireless so that our wireless can have the same IP series as that of LAN. Okay, we click OK, and then we click apply, and we'll say OK. So as you can see it, our address list is done. So we close it and we go back to our IP. We go to DNS, domain name server. Okay, we click on it. First, we are going to see a dialog box, and we take the settings, server, first one. Okay, we are going to use 192.168.1.1. Then we add our second DNS server 8.8.8.8, and then we click check allow remote request. These are servers DNS. Okay, we click apply, and then we click OK. Then the next thing to do is to still go to the IP address. We are going to set our firewalls. We click firewalls, and then we'll go to NAT, network translator, network address translator. So we are going to translate the network so that it will be able to have access to the WAN. Okay, we click NAT, and then we add, click add. On the general, we are going to look at the source NAT, that is the chain. Okay, the next thing to check is out interface. Our out interface, we are going to use Ether1 as our outing interface to the WAN. Okay, then the next thing to check is action. On that, we are going to, on other action, we check this, and we see masquerade. So it's going to masquerade it in a way that it will only be looking up to the WAN IP. Okay, we click masquerade, and then we apply and click OK. So it's there, as you can see. So we close this, and then the next action, I think we are done with this. Then the next action, because we are using static IP, we are not going to use DNS for the one that is dynamic. We are not going to use DHCP. So we are not going to touch any of the DHCP here. What we are configuring is a static IP address. That's why we are giving it an address, and we are addressing it properly. Okay, the next. Okay, now we are going to set up the bridge. You click bridge as you have seen it, and then you go to the dialog box. You will see add bridge here. Add. This is bridge 1. We want to bridge the WAN, that is the wireless network, and then the LAN, but we have to add a bridge. So you just click apply, and then you click OK. Then you go to ports. So you want to add all the ports that we are going to bridge. Okay, first one, we are going to add Ether1, that is the first bridge, onto the first bridge, and then we'll say Ether1 to first bridge. Add, and we click OK. Okay, we are going to also bridge Ether2. Bridge Ether2. We click Ether2, that is port 2, and then we apply and click OK. We are going to also add port. Okay, our router is off. Okay, we can reconnect back. Okay, at this point we can also use our IP and then reconnect back. Okay, it's not yet going. Let's see if we can use our MAC address to reconnect back. Okay, we are there. Now we continue with our bridge. ports, we'll add port 3, we'll bridge it, we'll apply and click OK. We'll add and bridge port 4, and then we'll apply and click OK. We'll also bridge port 5, apply, and we'll click OK. We'll also bridge the wireless, and then we'll apply and we click OK. So we are done with this. Okay, we can then click. If you want, you can remove the ETA 1. If you don't want, you just keep it. Okay, close. The next thing to do now is to check our wireless. We have to enable it. You open it and then you right click and then click enable. So it is on. So our wireless is on. We close it and then we go to our interface and then we'll look at our interface. ETA 1, ETA 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, and then the bridge that we already have. So it's in order. We close and we'll go to quick sets. Click on it. Okay. Under this, we are going to put a gateway. You see that we are going to take a router. We're going to take our router and then we're going to put our IP. Or in the other way around, we can go to home AIP. It will be easier for us. Okay, so that we can see the wireless configuration and then the other parts. Okay, now we can see that we have IP address as this, just as we did it on the address list, and then we'll add our gateway. Our gateway is 192.168.10.1. okay, and you check other parameters. If they are other, it is on NAT, and then we'll go to wireless. We have to rename this wireless with the same name of the router, Trojan Horse Virus as the wireless, so that people will not just come into it and then take advantage of it. They will just see the virus and maybe they will run away. Okay, on the band, okay, the frequency, you can keep it at this, or you can pick automatic frequency, okay, or you keep it the way it is. Okay, and then let's choose auto, and then on the band we are going to use 2 GHz big GN combined. Okay, the next thing, we are going to password the Wi-Fi. That is the Wi-Fi. We are going to password it with a password. Okay, we have passworded it. Okay, so we hide the password so that people will not see it. Okay, then I think at this point we have set up both the LAN and then the wireless network, and as you can see here is on static IP, as you can see here. So the next thing is to apply all our configuration. Apply on our configuration is applied. Okay, we can check here and see if there is any guess. The guess will have this. If you want, you select it. If you don't want, you leave it. Okay, you can also give a limit for the guest wireless network. If you want, you can type it and give a limit, and then Since it is passworded, it is locked and no one can enter it without the password. Okay, you click OK and then you close. The next thing is to check the IP routing port and see whether it is in order. You go to IP, you go to router, the route, and then you check at the routing port. As you can see, the routing point is available. The routing point is available, as you can see it. Okay, the routing port is available, and then you close, and then you close. Okay, at this point in time, we can go to any of the closest device that will give us access to the wireless. The LAN is already there. Okay, on our system that is closer to us, we are going to check for the wireless that we have configured, the Trojan virus hosts. That is the Trojan hosts virus, as you can see, is here, and we want to log into it and then get internet access. But before that, we have to check our internet IP address for wireless. We right click on the network, and then we go to open network and internet settings, and then we go to Ethernet. You click on it, and then you go to change adapter options. You click on it and you go to Wi-Fi. You right click and go to properties. You get to properties, you see the properties. Under it you see Internet Protocol version 4, TCP IP4. You click on it and click properties. It will bring a box, and then under it you will go for, because we are using static IP address, we have to put the address of the wireless. Meanwhile, you remember that we did a bridge between the LAN and the wireless, so they are using the same IP address. Okay, on it we click this, check this, and it is okay. We put the IP address 10.10.0. we are going to choose 4.4 as our host ending. Okay, then we automatically to take you to subnet mask, showing you that is class A IP. Okay, the default gateway is 10.10.0.1. okay, we go to the DNS server. Of course, we know that is 192.168.1.1, which is what we use on our router. Okay, on the alternate you have 8.8.8.8, and then we click OK, and then we close, and then we go back to our down. You will see our internet, and we click on it. You see the wireless option, Trojan host virus, because the router is on. Okay, you click on it, and then you can determine whether you're going to use connect automatically or not automatically. I don't want to connect it automatically. I'll click connect. It will demand for a password because the router was passworded, and also the wireless was passworded. Basically the wireless which is passworded, so you cannot just enter it just like that without putting the password. So it is secured, and then we have to put the password, and when we put the password, we try to connect. Next, yes, connected. Do you want to allow the PC to be discoverable by other PC? Click yes, you want, and it will verify. So it is connected and secured. As you can see here on the Wi-Fi, as you can see, it is connected. So we can try and see whether we can close this and close this. try and see whether we can have maybe a link to our internet. We open a browser like this. Open a browser. Just allow it to open. Just allow it to open, and when it opens, we try a site. Once we try a site, okay, it is up. Okay, we can maybe look for a site like, okay, Google. Okay, we'll pick Google, and then this is it. So we are up and the router is working efficiently, both the LAN and the wireless. Thank you, and God bless you.